What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot of spoilers for the Boruto anime. So we got summaries today, actually, thanks to Organic Dinosaur, who's finally back. We got summaries from episodes 244 to 248, so there's a lot to talk about. Seems like that'll cover up to halfway through May, I believe, with the Boruto anime in terms of what's to come. And I haven't looked at anything at all yet ahead of time for these summaries, so I'm going to be reacting to it as I read. And I do believe that this arc is going to come to a close at the end of next month, but that's my personal guess. Let's have a look at these summaries. So episode 244 is titled Rift, and it's going to be airing on April 10th, so that's this weekend's episode. The summary for this one says, while Boruto and his teammates were gradually making some progress towards preparing their battle strategy, they realized that a portion of the enemy forces were a step ahead of them and had been heading towards the village. With their arrangements still incomplete, the village would be put in a perilous position, and so Boruto and his comrades are in a rush to evacuate everyone. Moreover, Kagura is apprehensive about their own inadequate combat capabilities. If a situation should arise, the curse seal that has been etched onto Buntan, Hebichigo, and Kyoho could be released, since if the person who originally marked them dies, then the ones who are bound by the jutsu will also lose their lives. Okay, so it seems like if Kagura's somehow gonna die in this fight, then he doesn't want these three to die along with him, which seems very in character of him, so I can see why he might remove the seal. Whether that's a wise idea or not, we'll find out. Although it'll be for a temporary period of time, the three of them will be free from it. Despite losing their bearings at first, the three of them have finally agreed to cooperate in battle with Kagura, Boruto, and the others. So it seems like this is going to be another preparatory episode where we're getting ready for the big attack that they're supposed to intercept. So another prep episode that I'm guessing 245 is going to be where stuff really starts heating up again. Let's have a look. 245 is titled Funamushi's Tenacity, and this one will be airing on April 17th. The summary for this one is, as Funamushi's main forces, who have an allegiance to the Funato clan, approach the village, Boruto and the others attempt to ensnare their enemies by setting up traps. Each of them are standing by on high alert at their respective locations. Despite their preparations, somehow their enemy has seen through their plans. Suddenly, they all get plunged into an all-out battle. Even though Boruto and his comrades are flustered, they engage their enemies head-on and cooperate with one another. They are outnumbered by their enemies. However, Funamushi is still burning up with revenge. Boruto and his teammates get driven into a corner when Funamushi unleashes a strong jutsu. So, if you guys don't remember, Funamushi is the right-hand man to Siren. So he is trying to get revenge for her here. It's very interesting that they haven't said where Ikada is at this moment. I'm assuming he's still by his sister, but I know he's going to play a role later on in the arc as well. But it seems like this is going to be Funamushi going all out to try and take care of these enemies and to get his revenge. And I will also be talking about the staff of these episodes towards the end of this video, so if you are interested in hearing about what I think could be the episodes with the better animation, you can stick around for that, but I will be talking about that for sure. So episode 246 is titled A Grave Injury, and this is going to be airing on April 24th. And this summary says, Boruto and his comrades have managed to endure a difficult battle, but at any rate they were successful in making Funamushi's forces retreat. Well, there we have it. It seems like they handled things well from episode 245. However, that came at a very steep cost. Oh, what could this be? Meanwhile, in the neighboring seas of the water country, the Mizukage Chojuro and the shinobi who have gathered from the Mist Village are continuing to have a standoff with the pirates who have amassed there. Even though that this is a part of their strategy, Tenma can't seem to hide his frustration at how slowly the battle has been progressing. His brother-in-law, Isari, says to be patient and try to wait for an opportune moment. Tenma wants to live up to Araumi's expectations, who is his father-in-law and head of the Funato clan. He then starts to set some things in motion in order to advance the battle's progression in one fell swoop. So this is again where the battlefield might turn tides from what it seems. And an interesting detail is that Isari is not okay. It says Isari here and then Tenma, but I'm guessing Tenma is the one who is the son-in-law of Araumi, because he doesn't really look like them. So I'm wondering if they're gonna say who he's related to exactly. Does he have a connection with Siren maybe? I mean, I don't know if they're gonna reveal that or not, but just a little detail that I thought was interesting. And that might play a role later because he hasn't shown any Funato clan abilities, which makes sense because if you look at his appearance, he's different from Siren, he's different from Isari, he's different from Ikada and the leader himself, so it makes sense. Episode 247, so now we're into May territory. This is going to be broadcasting on May 1st, and this one is titled For Kagura's Sake. The summary for this one says, during the battle against Funamushi's forces, Boruto and his comrades have sustained some serious injuries. They decide to settle things once and for all against Funamushi the next time they engage in another fierce battle. After all, there are children in the village that they hope will be spared from harm during any future conflicts. Meanwhile, Ikada's older sister, Siren, has sustained a grave injury. Another one, or are they talking about the same one, I wonder? Also, I'm not gonna lie, it does seem like since they're about to have a rematch with Funamushi, it kind of feels like they're stalling for time, to add more content to these episodes, like really flesh it out, because I think they could have taken care of Funamushi in one swoop, but I mean, I don't know what type of jutsu he's going to use to escape or what he's going to do exactly, but it does feel like a little bit of stalling, I'm not going to lie. I hope I'm wrong and everything's paced well, but we'll see. Continuing on, Funamushi is boiling over with a desire for vengeance against Boruto and his teammates. In addition, Araumi is informed by Isari that Tenma has died in combat. Oh, that's big. I was not expecting that. Maybe that's why the last episode is titled A Grave Injury. Maybe Chojuro took him out, or maybe this is a lie. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but I don't know. With Siren on the edge between life and death due to her serious wounds from battling, he explodes with rage to yet another tragedy. Araumi then declares, from now on, I'll be taking command over the battle myself. So this is definitely going to be us towards the climax of this arc now, I'm assuming. Like, I'm very confident of it, because if he's stepping in now, for a very valid reason too, a son dying, it makes sense that the arc would reach its final stages really soon. Episode 248, the last one we have summaries for, is titled A Battle to the Death Once Again, and this is going to air on May 8th. The summary for this one seems shorter, but let's hope we have a decent bit of content here. It says, with their food supplies running out, Denki and Iwabe, who have been guarding the children from the village, head out together on an excursion. However, they get captured by Funamushi and his comrades. Having been caught by Funamushi, the safety of both them and the children can't be guaranteed. Boruto and his teammates are still aiming to defeat Funamushi. Meanwhile, Funamushi's forces have appeared in order to attack the village again. Funamushi is heated up. He's driven to avenge Siren by striking down the killer, and so Boruto and his teammates are once again plunged into a life or death battle. And this one, I think, is going to be the conclusion of that. Like, I don't think they're going to bring out more fights with Funamushi. I think this is going to be the real deal. And what closes it, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen to Siren, because Siren could possibly die by the way it sounds. It seems like Tenma is dead at this point. So big losses to the Funato side. And I definitely think that's what's going to propel them into the climax of this arc. and hopefully around, I would guess, maybe like episode 252-ish, the arc would be wrapped up, and then we can see what direction they want to go in from there. But this arc has, I think it's going to hit like half a year by the time it ends, which, or not half a year, almost, I'd say 4 to 6 months, but a decent bit of length nonetheless. And I do believe some people want it to end, some people want it to get a good ending, some people want it to hit its climax. I know people have different views on it and whatnot, but I'm personally just hoping they end the arc on a high note. This arc has been very mixed with all that. I feel like some episodes have been okay, some of them have been underwhelming, and some of them have actually been pretty good. So we'll see what direction they go with this from here on, but that's the spoilers for this batch, and for the next month or so. Let me tell you guys the staff real quick. So over here by Anime Blue, it seems like 245 is done by Studio Mouse, so don't expect anything like crazy looking in this episode. Like, it should probably be okay. I don't really recall Studio Mouse being there for like great actions, so don't get your hopes up for that one. 246, this makes sense because I think this one's called A Grave Injury, and this is actually done by Studio Pierrot themselves, so this episode is probably going to be one that looks at least good, if not great. I'm going to say good so I don't get your expectations too high, but it should at least look good and better than 245. 247 is done by Jiwoo Animation, and they are, in my opinion, probably the second best studio that these episodes go to. Obviously the staff, the rest of it matters too on it, but Jiwoo's usually pretty solid, so the animation on this episode should look solid, I would say. Not as good as 246, but I think it'll be better than 245. 248 is done by Fortune. Fortune does a lot of outsourced episodes as well, and Fortune will probably give you somewhere around okay to a solid episode. Personally, I think 245 will be the weakest out of the four, but 246 and 247 should be the strongest. 245 and 248 should be the weakest, just based off what they got the studio listed as. That's my thoughts on it, at least, so you know what to expect. But let me know what you think of these spoilers in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.